Hello everyone, welcome to Go Robotics and AI. Today we will going to see about Agile, the best method for developer and management staffs. I think all of you guys should have the familiar with this concept. This is just actually it's not a methodology, it's a philosophy that helps different organization and startup companies that helps them to develop a software in an efficient way and smaller cost. So it's better for you as an entrepreneur, as a software developer. You should have to familiar with this concept. This is the best concept. So in this video we will see about the agile, and we will compare the agile methodology with the traditional methodology like waterfall methodology of developing software. So I need you guys to stick with me until the end of the video. And for also the in the coming video we will see different parts of agile methodology, the value and the principles of agile methodology as well. So I need you to stick with me. And also, if you are new for this channel, I need you guys to like, share and subscribe my channel in order to get a video just like this. Support Corobox and AI. And also, if you have any suggestion that you need me to make you a content for the coming session, I need you to give me in the comment section. And let's get started. So first, what is agile? What is agile methodology or philosophy? I think agile is not a methodology, it is a philosophy. Agile is an iterative and incremental approach to software development and project management that emphasize flexibility, collaboration, and customer satisfaction. Agile is a mindset or a method, a philosophy that helps developers in order to develop a software in a short amount of time, and they give the ability, the concept, the mindset to deliver the software to the customer. And after the customer reviews the software, by taking the feedback from the customer, they will adjust their project, their product, and they will again come up with a new product for the customer. Actually, not a new product, but the uh, the modified versions of the product to the customer. And by doing this, the product, the team will be a high position in order to satisfy the customer. They will have a maximum, a higher customer satisfaction. And also, the agile philosophy helps the team to communicate really by really a good communication among themselves, among developers, and also it gives the flexibility, the communication with the stakeholders. The stakeholder will know each and every move in the team. It gives them the flexibility and the communication with the higher management staffs, and also a team that uses agile has an ultimate collaboration with team. It gives the team a freedom to do what they are willing to do in order to deliver the product, the task they are required to deliver. It gives them the freedom. They just require to deliver the product, so they have to put their creativity in order to develop, in order to deliver that product. So agile helps to increase the creativity of the developer, the worker. And also it has a higher collaboration, and also it emphasizes flexibility. When a team is implementing an agile philosophy, it will have a higher flexibility because of because of adaptability for different changes, depending on the customer feedback or the stakeholders, even in the group itself. If there is any new thing, in order to adapt, the agile philosophy will let the group to adapt different situations. This is unlike the previous or the traditional development methodology. Uh, in the traditional development methodologies, it is a rigid step. the developer or the management staff follows a rigid steps in order to deliver a product. By following that step, the step will not be processed to the next step unless and otherwise the step is finished. It will not go to the next step, and it is very difficult for the developer or the management team in order to flexible or adapt for new thing or changes. So agile gives a team these kinds of uh, these kinds of property for the team. So the agile methodology is a way to manage a project by breaking it up into several phases. It involves constant collaboration with stakeholders, continuous improvement at every stage. Yeah, as I told you, it uses a different by breaking down the project into a smaller working project, MVP, like minimum viable product, and by delivering that product to the customer or to the one who's intended that project, they they will take a feedback from that customer, and they improve themselves, they improve the product as the customer need, and it will be very versatile and dynamic. They can build a very versatile and a dynamic project. uh, and also it has really a good collaboration amongst the team members of the development team, and also with the stakeholders. They have really good collaboration and communication. And also because of the reason that agile philosophy gives the teams ability to adapt different things, the ability to adapt new changes, it will give the team an improvement at every stage. This is really an advantage of agile philosophy. So as I told you, agile is a best way in order to implement a project by it costs less, and also it is really fast and it is efficient, and it has a lot of advantage when we compare it with the traditional way of developing a product or a methodology which is follows a strict steps in order to develop a product. And if some steps fail in order to develop in order to deliver the product, that step need to take a lot of time, a lot of time in order to fix the problem, in order to deliver the problem, so in order to deliver the project. So in the traditional way, what is the difference between the agile and the traditional way? The key difference between the agile and waterfall is that waterfall breaks down software development into isolated phases that flow into each other. So, as I told you before, each steps can be the total developments of the software, the deliverability of the software can be it divided into several parts, and each versions of that software, each parts of that divisions of software can be delivered to the customer, and the customer can test it and can verify the way how it works, and it can give a feedback for the team, and the team by taking that feedback it can improve it. And also during the development stage, each step can be tested at a time. So if there is a test, if there is a very short period of deployment period, this thing will help the organization, the developer, at enormous way. Like it costs less, it helps the developer to adjust a new thing that is favorable for their work, that help them to improve their work efficiency. It can be adapted, and it makes the way of developing software more flexible. On the other hand, agile advocate iterative development cycles in which multiple life cycle phases can run in parallel. Okay, as I told you. So let us see how waterfall model works. The first, this is the steps. This is the steps of a waterfall. model in order to develop a one product or a software. Develop up to this is the step is from starting from the idea up to the deliverability of the product to the customer and the maintenance. This is the rigid step is that the waterfall or the traditional method follows. So and this way, as you can see, in the first step, there will be a requirement. In order to develop a software, they will take the requirements of that software, what needs to done after the software delivered, what is the purpose of the software. They will do it on the requirement phase. After they list out the requirement, they need to analyze the requirement. They need to evaluate the requirement. So in the analysis steps, they will evaluate the requirement they have already listed out, and the analysis it in the analysis step. After that, they will pass to the next stage for to design step. But if they are not finished the analysis step, they will never go to the next stage. The next step the next step will not begin unless and otherwise the preceding step is finished. So after they finish the analysis, they will go to the design. And after they get to design, they should have to count on the analysis step, the already finished step. And by taking the already finished step, they will start to design the software like the UX, the graphical interface, in the core structure and the framework, what they need to use. Such kinds of things can be chosen in the design step. After they finish this whole thing, they completely move to the coding or the implementation step. In the coding and or implementation step, they just took the design and they start coding. They start writing a code. They will never go to back to the design. They should have to go. They should have to finish the coding in the coding task at this step. After they finish the coding, they will go to testing. If they didn't finish the coding or the implementation of the project using their chosen framework, they will never go to the next step, to the testing step. But after they finish, they will go to the next step, which is testing. So the design, the implement, and now it is time for testing. If the situation is not, if they have, if the day of testing is really a bad day, it will be, if there is a bad luck, the project will not work. It's a probability, may or may not, it's not working. If the project is not working, they should have to go at the analysis state, and they will go to analysis state. They will also design. They will analyze each and every step as they have taken, and if that is after that finish, they will go through each and every step is in order to check, in order to figure out the problem. So they will go to the design step. After that, for in the coding or implementation, and they will come to the testing. If they are fortunate, if the program is working at this step, they will go to the next step, the operation or deployment step. And after the deployment, after they deploy, they will maintain. So this all step, by following this whole step, they deliver a product to the customer. What if the customer didn't like the product? What if the customer needs really a significant change in the product? What if the customer gives a strong feedback for the product? They will go to analyze step until they finish this whole step, is whether the customer is still using that bad product, or the service or the product need to down for a certain time until they provide the next improved versions of the project. Until then, it will be down. It's really nice for the company or for the product development. On the other hand, when we see the agile product, the agile methodology, the agile philosophy, it has a different phase or different versions of the project that will release to the customer. It will call a sprint. Uh, about sprint, we will see in the coming video when we see different methodology like Scrum. Sprint is a version of the product that release at a time. So in the first release of the first sprint, they have follow like they will plan, they will design, develop, test, deploy, and review, and they will release release their product to the customer, and the customer will see and they give them a feedback, and they will take the feedback and they will plan and they will design, and also they go through each steps, and they will release the second sprint, and this will continue until the perfect product will reach to the customer. After the perfect product, the team will not stop developing, and also they took the feedback from the customer if the project uh, needs to improvement, if the product needs to different other features to be added, they will do it in the future after releasing each features. They will by taking a feedback from the customer, they will just improve the product, and they will do their best in order to perfect in order to make the product so perfect. And this is the best parts of the agile. It gives the fluidity of the team, the fluidity of the product, the ability to adjust the product to the real customer needs, not just the plan, the analyze features of the product, but the real problem and the needs of the customer. And this is the best thing of the agile philosophy. So in the coming video, I will show you about different parts of the different methodology of agile, and I need you to stick with me. If you have any question, you should ask me on the comment section. And also, if you are new to this channel, I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe.